in Political Science for Class 12. Today the topic is Security in the Contemporary World. And today the security as traditional notion we are going to know about. So traditional notion of internal security means what is the meaning or in what way the internal security is dealt. So traditional security is related to what? The ways that have been taken since long time related to the internal security. So that means the internal security is mainly related to the threats not from other countries but the threats that arise from within the country. Okay, from within the boundary of the country and from amongst the people living in the same country. And that is not a new thing, that has been seen in the past also. So basically it is the threat for a country not from outsiders, not from the attack from other country, but from the people, from the groups of people, okay, within that country, if they raise their voice or if they go against the government or against the existing system. So this is related to maintain peace and order, law and order within the country. Alright, and such problem was not very common in European countries mostly, but they were very common in the countries that were under the colonial rules of other countries. Okay, and especially the countries in Asia, Africa and Latin America, they were having such problems mainly against their rulers who were outsiders as a colonial rulers or imperialistic power forces. Okay, and after the Second World War this continued. Okay, and main type of threat from within the boundary of a country is from the group that want to have separate nation, separate country from within the same big country, and that is known as threats from separatist. We in India also have faced such problems, but we have got success in controlling such anti-national feelings or groups to a great extent. Okay, so such people or groups, they demand to have their own independent state from within that country, and for that they adopt violent means. Okay, and the problem becomes worse when they are supported and helped by other countries also, especially the neighboring countries that support them militarily and by sending them different types of aids and help. Okay, and they instigate them and support such people and glorify them. Okay, and they encourage them to create internal disturbance in the other countries. An example we know, the Kashmir problem is such one of the such problems only. And not only in our country, in almost all the parts of country world now, around 95% of the armed conflicts are seen. Okay, there is hardly a country or place left where some or the other type of internal security is not in danger. Okay, so there is steep rise in civil wars also. These are all examples of civil wars only between 1946 to the present time. Okay, and after the Second World War, and some of the examples in Vietnam, in Palestine, in Korea, Congo, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Yugoslavia, Syria, Iraq. There are so many countries we can enlist them where internal disturbance is going on due to either outsiders powers or due to the internal groups only. Now, how to deal such things? So that is under the traditional security and cooperation. So now need is felt to control such forces, powers that disturb the situation, that disturb the security, law and order, and peace in the countries. They are not attacking over each other. They are not having wars with each other, but most of the countries are facing them because of some or the other reasons. So, traditional security recognizes the need to limit the violence, and it is realized now that the countries should have genuine reason if they are at war. So, there should be a genuine reason for war, otherwise, it is not supposed to take place. And those genuine reason may be for self defense and for preventing the other powerful country from doing so. Okay, so self defense and the prevention, okay, is one of the genuine reasons for being engaged in war. And moreover, if the situation is unavoidable, so few more things have to be kept in mind, like the innocents should not be targeted, civilians and unarmed and surrendering combatants should not be killed, and the civil areas must not be targeted, hospitals, schools, these are the parts of international laws also for war, so they should not be targeted. Then besides this, it includes what? The traditional security and cooperation. So this includes various forms of cooperation like arms control and confidence building and disarmament. Okay, so these are the ways to maintain peace and security in various countries. All right, and for this, disarmament is the opposite of arms race. All right, arms race is to have more and more nuclear weapons, sophisticated weapons, weapons of mass destruction. So that was arms control. But then it was realized, especially by the superpowers, after what in 90s, okay, 1960s onwards, that if these arms that we are possessing are used, it will bring devastation only, destruction only. So it is not wise now to go for further such weapons of mass destruction. So then this idea arose, that is what? Disarmament. So disarmament means to cut and reduce the number of weapons, especially the nuclear weapons and of mass destruction. Then arms control. Arms control again to what? To sign the treaties and to see that the countries are not possessing and posing a threat to other countries. Okay. So here disarmament, disarmament is what? Opposite to the arms race, as I have just told you, and it is to give up the chemical weapons, biological weapons, and banning them. For this, some conventions were signed, okay, known as CWC, Chemical Weapons Conventions, Biological Weapon Conventions, and these were signed by more than 181 countries or states. But some of the big states, they are still possessing what? Nuclear weapons. But they are saying that they will be using them for only peaceful purpose only, and not for what? Arms, not for attacking the other country. Then arms control. Arms controls, it regulates the development or acquisition of a weapon. And for this, many treaties were signed, especially by the superpowers and some other big countries also, like China, France, all right, along with USA, Russia, before that USSR, and UK. And some of the treaties, and I have told you about these treaties in the previous lecture. They are START, abbreviation NPT, SALT 1 and SALT 2. Another method or way for cooperation is confidence building. Confidence building means to bring what? To develop confidence between and among the countries, that they do not have any intention to attack each other, although they are possessing and they are so powerful militarily, but they don't have such intention. But at the same time, they want to show their power also, कि you also don't have such intention, otherwise we are also ready for that. So it is also a traditional method of cooperation for security, and in this the countries share their ideas, they give information, they show their plans, share their plans, they demonstrate their military power even with their rival countries. Okay, and it is a way of demonstrating their power, but they do not wish to attack, and they even share the information related to the forces and where they are deployed. So everything is known to all. So this is a method or a way of, in a way, a threat to use the military force also. So we can say that confidence building, which is related to sharing the information, especially about the forces and powers and weapons that they possess, that acts as the way, as what? A principal threat also, and a principal means of security also. Okay, a threat, the other person would not attack me, and a means, if you attack, I will be able to defend myself. So these are the ways which have been followed traditionally, okay, in the past also and now also, for cooperation in order to maintain peace in the world, within the countries also, and with each other also, to maintain peace and law and order. Thank you.